Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Carmen in Creating with Carmen. So I decided to do an under the sea theme for October by doing it with watercolors. So my pages are a little thicker than normal paper, so it is able to resist most of the wrinkles in the paper, but doing a big page that is full of watercolor will always bring some wrinkles into it. You can do something by stretching it out and ironing it, but for me it's just about being creative and doing something different for this month. So I just started by doing the whole background in blue so that I know where to go next. I also didn't really care about doing it perfect because the ocean does move, and I just felt like having all of that motion in the picture is just part of what I wanted. So I would love to put in, if you would love to follow me on Instagram, just go to carmen.domen. You will find me there. I will also link that in the description below. Just putting on the final touches of my page of the background, just to make sure it is a bit more rough and tough and all the edges are done. Next, what I did is put in some color. I know I didn't video the full coloring of the jellyfish, but it was just a simple purple that I took and I just made it a little bit darker and a little bit lighter with water. I also didn't choose the right colors for each animal just to make it a bit more interesting for me, but you can do that as well. As you will see, I will do that for the weekly spreads, choose a bit more of a realistic color for those. But for this page, I just decided to do a full color, just doing something different, something very artistic with the animals. But I did love doing the purple and the green and the pink and the yellow and all of those colors. I also did love doing watercolor for this page and this spread and this month because it was something very different to what I usually do. So you will see that this isn't something I will do often or necessarily again, because it is a medium I do not use even often in my normal art, never mind my bullet journal art. So I will link down in the description what mediums I'm using and where I bought them and where you can find them. In Pretoria, where I am, it is easy to find these art supplies, but I'm not sure if you will find them easy somewhere else. But I do have to say I do not use something that is super expensive or just exclusive necessarily somewhere. So, and I always encourage people to use your discretion, buy something and test it. Bullet journaling for me is something that can be for everybody. It is not just something that artists do or people that have some artistic abilities or has studied art or has studied some designing. It is really for everybody. It can be something simple, it can be something complicated. So what I did next was just go and made outlines for each animal and bubble just to give it some dimension that they are the main focus of this page. So this was quite complicated because my pen did not interact very good with the watercolors, so it did take me a while to choose something that works. So you will see that I have different sizes of pens and different pens in this scene, because it was a bit difficult for me to just go over with. So what I will recommend is using a gel pen for this because it doesn't block up as easy as what I used. As you will see, I did go in with my face a bit because I was so frustrated with the pen that was not working with me, and so you will just see that I was going really into it and struggling, but that's part of journaling. It's part of the journey of figuring out what you like and what you don't like. For me, this was something I will definitely not do again. Before I buy new pens or buy a gel pen specifically for watercolors, if I want to go over the watercolor with a pen. So you will see for my monthly spread on the next page, I did something very simplistic just to keep it balanced with the full-blown October page, and then doing something simplistic to keep it balanced for me. I do not like it overcrowded, although this can be something you would like. I did some brown rocks at the bottom by just making them half circles and a light brown to keep it light. I also went in with the light blue to make the little bubbles on the side of the page, just to fill up my page. As you will see, it will still be very simplistic. Just to complete my frame of the page, I did a little wave at the bottom of the spread, just a light blue and a darker blue. You will see then that I will go in and make little fishies and the plant at the bottom. It will create a great frame for what else I am doing on this page. I put in some dark lines for the bubbles just to give it dimension, as it was bothering me a little bit. With the plant I did put in some shadows, but what I did was I just took a little bit more water for the starting point of the green, so it would come up lighter, and then I just added more paint to it to create the darker shadows on the plant. So it's not a light green and a darker green, as the same with the rocks. I did not put in a darker brown now, I just did a light brown. I waited till it dried and then I put again brown, so it will come up darker. The little fishies was just simplistic, like second grade fishies, because I didn't want to put in something that was more complicated. So from Monday to Sunday, I did put in a wave to just create that unison of this is my month now. And I just put in again a light wave with a darker wave at the bottom of it, just to create that dimension in it, but that is something that is still a little bit more simplistic. So for the days of the week, I did different colors for each day, just a little bit of a circle just to put a number in to see what day it is and what week it is. What was cool for me for this was it was still something that I enjoyed by doing it very, very simplistic and colorful, and it was just what I loved about it. I also went in with my dark blue, but I did clean it up by just adding a bit of water so it came up lighter. For my Monday to Sunday, everything that made a bubble, like an O or a D or an E, I put in the shadow of a bubble so that it will look like little bubbles in my letters. I also divided that so I can just see easily what it is, numbering the small bubbles as well, just to make sure I know what day I'm on. Continuing on my weekly spreads, I see I did not do a very good job with my camera work, but what matters is I did do just something very simplistic for each page. I created a little wave for the weekly spread. For my bigger page, for my bigger spread, I did a little sea creature that I did on my first October spread, and just colored it more a different color for each week, as well as I did little rocks or little fishes. And if you follow me on Instagram, you will see week by week what I'm doing. But I did love creating these spreads and pages, for it was something that was a little bit different for me. It was a bit difficult as well for me, but I do love a challenge in bullet journaling because it is something that is creative but can challenge you as well. Going in with a dark pen again just to create that dimension. Writing out Monday to Friday and just having a little block for the weekend. As my weekends can get very busy, I will write it out just on my bigger page of what I'm doing. If you haven't subscribed yet or followed me or liked this video yet, please do so. It really helps me to grow my channel as it is just starting out. I would love your support, and I would love for you to tag me on Instagram of what you did for this month. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe.